find themselves divided over a contract deal with the automaker.
Yeah, developing overnight, local WHAS11 revealed its production workers voted against the deal, while skilled trades workers voted in favor of it. Jim Stratman is live from the Union Hall this morning to talk, Jim, about a split that is possibly going to be complicating ongoing negotiations with Ford.
Yeah, that's right, Grace. It could potentially be complicating because based on the messaging we had gotten from union leadership, this was supposed to be a really unanimously good deal for auto workers. I mean, you talk about some of the stuff that's in it, which we'll hit on here in just about a minute. Their messaging, leadership, was that this was a historic agreement, and while it is still a historic agreement, it did not resonate with all workers here in Louisville like we thought that it might. As you mentioned, last night when we got the total number of votes, about 55% of production staff workers from Ford voted against accepting this new 4.5-year contract. Now, on the flip side, about 69% of skilled trade workers did vote for the contract. Now, that new contract would guarantee a 25% wage increase for workers, and it would reinstate an important cost of living adjustment into this contract, meaning which is something that actually these employees gave up during the 2008 financial crisis in a way to help keep these automakers afloat. Now, local 862 leader Todd Dunn says that in Louisville, now that they've had their say, it's time to wait for the rest of the Ford workers across the country to cast their votes before a final decision to ratify or not can really be made.
It's an overall majority. You know, it's not a 50% plus one. Yes, it passed. You're good to go. So they've taken all the numbers of everybody who voted across the country and do that population.
Now, Local 862 has only released the percentages for the votes, not the official vote tally at this point or the number of people who have voted yet, though we do know that there are more production workers than skilled trade workers here in Louisville. Now, if the union votes to reject this contract, that means that it will be back to the negotiating table for union leadership and for Ford. If this contract is accepted, then details will start to be ironed out. But again, we will not know that full decision until the rest of the Ford auto workers vote on this new contract. So this is something we will have to keep you updated on. Eric, Grace.
Not at the finish line, Jim. Thank you. Now, we've been following this story, as you know, for months through the strikes, and when the tentative agreement was reached about 2 weeks ago. You can find more details on what's in that agreement in this story at WHAS11.com.
In some other news this morning, testimony is set to wrap up today in the federal trial of former LMPD officer Brett Hankison. Last week, Hankison took the stand in his own defense, testifying that he did not fire blindly into Breonna Taylor's apartment during the raid in March of 2020. The prosecution, though, argues that he did. Hankison is expected to finish giving his testimony today, after which the judge says closing arguments would begin. Hankison is accused of violating the civil rights of Taylor and her neighbors.
604 people living at the Dosker Manor housing complex on East Muhammad Ali are demanding accountability this morning following a deadly shooting. Police say around 8 Saturday night they found a man inside who'd been shot. He died at the scene. Right now, we know one person was detained. But yesterday, some of the residents and members of the Black Lives Matter organization said that they have tried to call attention to the violence and the unresolved issues. Their demands include the creation of a task force with residents to immediately rehouse some of them and to create space for residents on the Metro Housing Authority Board.
We are tired. There's no reason why we should live like we're animals. We are human beings, and we deserve respect. We deserve change.
Receive a statement from the Metro Housing Authority, and we'll let you compare that to what the residents are saying. The Housing Authority says its mission is to set a standard of operational excellence in providing quality, affordable housing opportunities for residents to achieve self-sufficiency and an enhanced quality of life. It goes on to say it encourages anyone with maintenance concerns to directly report them right away.
And right now, Kentucky State Police are looking for the man you're about to see on your screen. He is 52-year-old George Christopher Myers. Family reported him missing on November 9th, but say they haven't had contact with Myers for several months now. He's described as 6 foot 2 inches tall with brown eyes and brown hair. Police say he was last seen in the Henry County area. If If you know anything about where Myers could be, call Kentucky State Police Post 5 in Campbellsburg at 502-532-6363. You can also call 911.
The Bullitt County community is honoring the lives of two young brothers who police say were killed by their mother last week. WHAS11's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester report.
From the dozens of strangers wiping away tears to family members left absolutely shattered.
Because a lot of times you hear it on the TV, but there's no place, there's no outlet to kind of grieve together as a community.
In the face of such a tragic loss, the only option is coming together.
And it is so encouraging to see all of you coming out tonight to show the love for these two boys.
The Bullitt County community has mourned the deaths of 6-year-old Maurice Baker Jr. and 9-year-old Jaden Howard for 5 days now.
They are your bus babies, and you know, you want to protect them as soon as you get them, you know.
Including the boys' bus driver, Londa Boggs, who remembers where she was when police say their mother shot and killed them.
I lost it, I'll be honest with you, I cried really hard. And they were such sweet babies. Nobody deserves that, you know, to die like that. So, I mean, they don't.
In their deaths, several hundred people turning out here at Little Flock Baptist Church, hoping for healing and praying something like this never happens again.
We can make the change so that situations like this don't get kicked down the road like a can. That real solutions and resources can be offered to help.
A community illuminating in the face of such a deep tragedy. In Bullitt County, Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 on your side.
Tiffany Lucas, the mother of the two boys, is expected to appear in court tomorrow. She's charged with 2 counts of murder. Right now, she's being held in the Bullitt County Detention Center on a $2 million bond.